So this is the outside of the camper van. You can see that black tube there. That's got to be replaced. It's leaking in there. Those lights, those windows have been replaced or taken out and redone. So we're going to go inside now and introduce you to the inside of the van. So it's the 6th of December. We're parked outside the house and we're working on the camper van. We have to take all the plywood down from the ceiling. It's pretty bad really. It's all rotted. I've found the source of the leak, so I'm going to repair that now, hopefully, so that if it does rain, I'll stop the leak and then I can carry on then with the restoration of the ceiling. So the plan is to take all the plywood down, or as much as needs come down, that isn't damaged, and then replace the struts. There's a few damaged struts, so we're going to replace them, and then we're going to put tongue and groove back up. But before we do that, we're going to rewire some lights in and maybe some sockets in. We'll see where we are, but that's the plan. We'll show you the results as we go along. So you can see the cupboard. Let's take the cupboard out, which is quite a hard job. I've taken some of the pieces off. The pieces went up and across like that, see? Across to there. So that was a little drinks cabinet there. So all the wiring as well. I've had to trace the wiring and undo various things. So now I've brought the cupboard out and you can see where the water penetration is. So it's really down in that corner. So it's all coming down here, all coming down this side here, and that's why that's all rotted. So that's going to have to be replaced down there. It's quite extensive down the bottom. You see inside. Got a fair bit of work got to be done inside there. There's a steel bar in there, which is the support for the overhead, you know, for the overhead, the bunk. It's the support for the bunk over the cabin, you know. But that's what's got to be done. I don't know if this has got to come off, to be honest. But I know I've got to get in there, and I've got to sort all that down. But in fact, yeah. It's quite spongy in there. It's quite spongy in there. Yeah, it's a shame really. Yeah, you can see it there. Look, see, it's very, very spongy. You see how the damp has got into it. It's all right there. It's just there. So I kind of think it's been leaking either down to the seam and then down to here, or it's been running along here down to there. But more as we go along. Here is the culprit. See these two little holes here, and there's a weakness along there. You can see daylight through, see? Whereas you can't see it through there. So there's the weakness all along there. So I'm going to strengthen that with fiberglass from the inside. Strengthen it with fiberglass from the inside. Need to push this up so that it's raised up, you know. Wouldn't believe the devastation that one leak has caused. Let's take all that plywood down, all the insulation, all the way down around there. Look at that. Unbelievable. All the devastation that's caused. there's one other leak that I've spotted. Just, where did it go now? Oh yeah. Can you see? In there. So there's a leak there. And that's only a small one, but that's got to be fixed as well. So just peeling off the, we took the cupboard away from there, and then we peeled the top layer of paper off, and so you can see the extent of the water damage. It's quite bad, so we're going to have to take that panel off and find out what's going on underneath. We suspect it's coming in from there, so we've got to do that. It's proving to be very difficult to get this off. But you can see where the gap was. See there? And all the water's been coming in there for a long time. And all this is rotten. It's all got to come out. Just can't leave it like that. It's a right game. Yeah, this is rotten. These are rotten. And that roof line looks like it's leaking. So we're going to take these strips. And that's wet as well there. And that's wet. So, have you got a photograph of them still?
These?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do, to be honest. I think it just stretches the canvas.
Yeah, holding it up.
Yeah.
Soaking there, is it?
It's wet.
Is it wet there?
There's a bit of rag there. So it's Saturday the 16th of December, and we've been tipping away, stripping down the camper van, and it's proving to be quite a task. I'm going to turn you around now, and I'm going to show you what I've had to strip away, and you'll see the reasons why we've had to strip it back. So here you can see the seam is coming apart. That means that the van is under pressure. So that side there is pulling apart, or it's that side, the front pulling forward, the cab pulling forward. I'm not quite sure which is which, but it was putting strain on that joint. So that joint has opened up even more now. It was only a little bit at the top, but I had to take the strip off on the outside to get the screws out. As you can see, there's all screws. You know, these screws are going to come out, see, they've all got to come out, and you know, that's quite hard. And I'll be stripping back this timber, stripping back the timber there, stripping it back to good. I've been using a saw to do it, but you've got to be ever so careful because you can cut through to the skin. So you can see the timber, how rotten it is. I've got to cut that bit off there. That's all rotten. Come back down. come back down to there. So I took all that out, and then you can see down the bottom, you can see all the rotten timber. You can see, look, it's really rotten. No, it's really rotten. You've got to leave it in there. It's got to come out. You know what I mean? It's not hygienic. You could, you know, if you're camping, you can bring it in all them mold spores. So they've all got to come out. So it's the 26th of December, Boxing Day 2023, and we're in the campervan and we're still stripping down. And it's proving to be quite a lot of stripping down. So I'm just going to turn you around and I'm going to show you where we've been stripping back to. So you can see here, this piece of timber has had to come off. So I've undone the bolts. I've undone the bolts at the back, and it was bolted to this framework here, this A-frame. And this A-frame's got to come out. So put that to one side. Now to get this off now, I'm going to take this covering off, this aluminium covering off, which is held on by screws here. See, I've taken most of the screws out. See, taking the screws out, and I'm working my way around. I'm just going to turn this seat around. Down there you can see the petrol tank, and this cover here covered the petrol tank like that. So that covered the petrol tank, but I had to take it off to get at this. So because I wasn't sure if there was any screws down the bottom, but as it happened there wasn't, so I can put the petrol cap back on in a moment. So that's what we're doing now. So we're going to take that last screw out of there, of course Sylvia's gone out today and didn't realise, but all my screwdrivers and all my bits are in the back of the van, so I'm struggling with the tools that I got, because most of my tools, my good tools and my screwdrivers are all in the back of the camper, back of the car. So that's that last screw off now. Drop the screw down there, so you can see that piece is on there. And now you see these bolts here. See these bolts? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. Now they gotta come off so that I can get this A-frame off from that column. So you know what they say, don't you? There's always one. I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you the one. So we've been attempting to take this bracket out here, this metal bracket. It's a main supporting bracket, and I've done all the bolts here. All they have been done. There's 6 of those. There they are there. And now there's just one bolt down here at the bottom. And of course it's in such an awkward place. I can't even get a spanner down that side. So I think I might just have to get an angle grinder and grind the top of that off, because this bar's got to come out. You see, bar's got to come out because I've got to replace. I don't know if you can see it there. So there's a piece of timber down there. That piece of timber goes all the way down the bottom there. And you can see those holes. It just shows you how much the side of the van has moved. I don't know how I'm going to bring them two together again, but I definitely got to put a new piece of timber in there, because that timber is the main strength of this seam. There's a seam there, you see, and I've got to put a piece of timber in there because that's got to be really strong. So this has got to come out. So it's a bit of, I think it's an angle grinder really, to be honest. I gotta get that out. So I'll go and have a cup of coffee now and have another think. I'll put some WD-40 on, and then I'll go under the van and have a look and see if I can't reach the nut on the other side. But I don't know, it's not looking promising. Well, pleased to say, after many hours and a lot of struggling and scrambling underneath the van, I managed to finally get that A-frame strengthening piece out. So what I'm going to do, I'll turn you around now and I'll show you the piece of A-frame metal, and it's going to need a bit of a clean up as well before we put it back together. But it's made it possible for me to get at the panel on the side now, so I'll be able to work on that and put a nice piece of timber, nice clean piece of timber down on the inside, so we can screw the covering bead on the outside. We've got something solid to screw it to, and we'll hold it together then and make it waterproof. So I'll turn you around now. So there's the A-frame. You can see it, this frame here, and that frame went in this corner, and it's this bit here supports the bunk. So I'll just put the phone down now and show you where it fits. So you can see the way it fits in, and it supports the bunk going across. So it needs to be strong. But the big problem was down the bottom, down there, that bolt was really seized in. It took me ages to get that out. As I said, there's always one. And now I can now take this piece of timber out, this old piece of timber. See, that's got to come out. But there are screws on the outside screwing through to that, all the way down to the bottom. So I've got to take that out. And then this floor at the bottom, and this floor down here, you know, this floor, that's got to be taken up, soaking, absolutely soaking. So I'll have to cut some pieces out and put a new piece in. Oh, it's a lot of work, but we're getting there slowly. yeah, so it's starting to get a bit dark now. I'm gonna knock it on the head now and go and get cleaned up and have a nice cup of tea. I think I deserve a cup of tea after all that. That was a real hard job getting out. That was no joke. One last thing that I want to show you before I go. There was one tiny pinhole up on the roof, and I'll turn you around and show you that. So I don't know if you can see it. It's up there beside the window on that, just there. See? So I'll put some filler and I'll put a bit of fiberglass there. That's drying off now, so hopefully that'll seal that. There was a little tiny pinhole in there and the water was dripping in there. It seems to me like the fiberglass is very porous, so I don't know what's going on really. Seems porous. And then over here on this panel, a lot of pinholes in there. See, they gotta be dealt with because they're letting water in as well. So anybody with any advice, let me know. Okay.